Hello, everybody! Slap My Chicken here today with an exciting deck profile. This is the current deck I have been using to grind up the ladder on Dueling Book, and I'm currently at rank 38 at the time of this recording. The deck I am playing, if you couldn't already tell, is Dinosaurs. Yes, dinos. The deck has been a personal favorite of mine since I first started playing it in 2017 with the release of the Dino Smashers Fury structure deck. Returning to the game after a 2-year break, I saw the structure deck sitting on the counter of my local card shop. "These just came in today," proclaimed the shopkeep. So after reading the back of the box, seeing cards I haven't seen before, and my affinity for anything prehistoric and that can roar, I grabbed 3 of them up faster than you could say dino, and proceeded to build my way into a deck for locals that day. Locals, from what I remembered, was always fairly tough and competitive. Scrambling before the tournament, I looked up Simo's 3 structure deck YouTube video and basically copied it card for card. Doing some more research on the deck, I realized I would need quite a few outside cards to really make the deck pop off, so I did order some needed cards. That tournament went extremely well for me, and I was able to get second place. It was first was a deck I had never seen before until that day, Zodiac. And it was on that day that I absolutely fell in love with dinosaurs and Yu-Gi-Oh! The playstyle suited my taste, and I always had fun with the deck. Alas, the Konami gods came and smited down my trusty dinos after a fantastic World Championship 2017 victory. I was lost, without a cause, without a purpose. I yearned for something to bring dinos back to the forefront. For years, I turmoiled over the loss of the things that made dinos so explosive. Miscellaneousaurus, to be exact. Then it happened. Like a tidal wave of Konami's love over me, they finally did it. They brought Miscellaneousaurus back to 3, and I was ecstatic. Never again shall I leave the dino way. Never again. Or so I thought. Dinosaurs had changed. It was no longer the combo-ish Yang Zing build I had once played. No longer was there a reliance on Lost World to stop your opponent from targeting your monsters. Now it was about going second. Going second. A phrase I can almost... I hate to say it. I needed something more. I needed to go first. Fast forward to today. Lithos Agum is back, though most fields don't really use it and have no room for evenly or lightning storms in the main deck, really. Those go in second cards that were forgoed for more explosiveness in this build. Yes, the release of Animadorn Archosaur, and to a lesser extent, Samorg, Bird of Sovereignty, enables the deck to do quite a lot more. Also, with the unraveling of rules in Master Rule 5, as we like to call it, we can once again rely on Dolka and other rank 4s with no worry of filling up extra monster zones or arrows that point to other monster zones. The deck relies heavily on a key combo of Animadorn Archosaur and Baby Cerosaurus, or Petite Pteranodon. One major factor that makes the deck able to utilize this combo so well is Fossil Dig. My fears of this card getting hit on the September 2020 ban list are pretty real. It's a gigantic possibility that Konami actually hits this. Until then, though, we can abuse cards like Fossil Dig and other cards such as Extravagance to enhance the speed and longevity of the deck and hands. Another advantage of this style of deck is the number of hand traps we can run. Right now, we are running 8 hand traps. You could definitely push it to 9 if you really wanted to. But right now, I feel like 8 is a good number. You don't brick with too many of them. One big thing is drawing into a hand trap after they've already gone through their whole combo. And you're like, well, that's just a dead card I just drew. It's something you really don't want. So I think I've had enough disposition about the things the deck can do, and for now, as MBT says, we're going to do the card by card. First off, you have two Animador and Archosaur. The mainstay of the deck was at 3 for the longest in this deck, but alas, I decided to cut it to 2. Animadorn is basically the card you don't want to draw most of the time. You want to either search it or special summon it off a Miscellaneousaurus. Or special summon it off a Baby. That's our option as well. Another one, Soleidine Raptor. Of course, we play this one at 3. It's a great starter, best starter in the game. Can absolutely destroy anything. Any deck that has a starter that reads you can either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard and has an additional effect on the field that brings dinos back from the graveyard, or any type, if this was any other type, it's absolutely bonkers how good this card is. And the card I was talking about, Fossil Dig. Yes. Add one level 6 or lower dinosaur monster from your deck to your hand. If they ash this, congratulations. It's probably your lucky day. Because this is not once per turn, and you'll most likely have another starter in your hand. Next starter, Miscellaneousaurus. Ah, baby, I love you at 3. Yes, Miscellaneousaurus at 3 is so good. Konami might put this card back at 1. You never know. But for now, we are playing 3 because if you were playing less, you'd probably be crazy. Alright, so you also have 3 baby Cerosaurus. The babies, I rank them as extenders, though they are pretty necessary in the combo with the Animadorned. I'll get to the combo at the end of the video. So you have Petite Pteranodon. I was playing 2 Petite Pteranodons. Cool thing about Petite, it can bring out Pinkertops in a pinch. Bad thing about Petite, you can't attack with the monster you summoned. Also, another reason you play less Petite than Baby is Baby can special summon their Baby, which is which is like an integral part of the way the deck plays now. Then we're running 3 Pot of Extravagance, the best draw card in the game, in my opinion. It's literally Pot of Greed in decks such as this, where you run multiple extra deck monsters and can afford it. That's also why we forgo the Needle Fiber stuff right now. The Needle Fiber, True King of All Calamities, or even Savage and Herald combos is because of Extra Deck. This card is good enough that you wouldn't play those other strategies just because of this card. It's amazing. Another thing we max out on Lost Worlds and 1 Terraforming. Lost World is an incredible card. It's always been an incredible card. Less so in previous formats, but now it's absolutely insane. Summon a token. They can't use Eldritch effects on your monsters. They can use it on Lost World. They can use it on the token you give them. And they can use it on their own spells and traps or your spells and traps, but that's it. They can't take out your UCTs. They can't take out your Dolkas. They can't even target your barrier statue in the first place if it was summoned with Samorg, and they can't target your Samorg. It completely wrecks Eldritch, and it's okay against Ada. It's not the best, but we do what we can against Adamancipator. Next thing we have are 2 of the big boys himself. Ultimate Conductor Tyranno! Yes, UCT. the big boy. He closes out games. If you want to close out a game, you will have to have access to an Ultimate Conductor Tyranno almost all the time. I've considered bumping it up to 3, but with the searchability of it and also being able to summon it off of a searchable spell like Double Evolution Pill. In fact, I'm going to put these over here because they go hand in hand. It's not really it's not really needed to go up to 3 on these. And Double Evolution Pill, self-explanatory. Double Evolution Pill just gets you out of UCT, your most powerful monster from the deck, arguably. One thing that makes UCT a little easier with Double Evo Pill, a lot of times, or some of the time, your Animadorned won't get ashed, but the baby, the Animadorn Pop, will get ashed. What you can do is make Linkuriboh with the Animadorn, then make Secure Garda. This is why I play this card at 1 in my extra deck for these fringe opportunities. Make Secure Garda, bam, you have a Dino and a non-Dino as Linkuriboh in your graveyard for Double Evolution Pill right off the bat. If you brick or something and you have an Anima Pill, no dinos in hand, maybe you have some hand traps, the survival's end or something, you can at least end on the Secure Guard UCT, which is better than nothing. A lot of decks struggle with even that. Another thing we have is Pankratops. Pankratops, the big boy himself, the big secondary boy to UCT. He also helps in closing out games. Pankratops is really good because you can get it out with Petite Pteranodon. Another thing is, if your Pankratops is in the graveyard, you can use Overraptor's effect on a level 4 or lower dino, pop it, or special summon this from your graveyard, if it was summoned properly. Speaking on if it was summoned properly, another popular play that I like to do is Double Evolution Pill into the Pankratops sometimes. If I know they're playing a deck such as Altergeist, or even a deck such as Eldlick, where you know they have an Eldlixir and a Conquistador or Hakero set, you probably don't want Ultimate Conductor Tyranno in that situation. You want something that can pop that normal trap that would be special summoned. So Pankratops comes in clutch so many times. You absolutely have to main it in this deck. Another thing we have is Giant Rex. Giant Rex is a brick. I will be the first to admit it. Giant Rex, when it came out, it initially replaced Tyranno Infinity. Here, I'll show you all that card. Tyranno Infinity was another card that was similar to Giant Rex, where it relied on the banished dinos. However, the upside of Giant Rex is it can come back every time you banish it with Double Evo Pill, every time you banish it with Miscellaneous Sources effect, every time you banish it to summon the UCT, it comes back. Unlike Tyranno Infinity, where it really didn't have any staying power. You plop Tyranno Infinity on the board, it dies, You can't really do much with it when it's in the graveyard. It's just not as effective as Giant Rex. That's why everybody dropped Tyranno Infinity, put in Giant Rex. For people that didn't know, and for people who keep saying, oh, what about Tyranno Infinity? It's just not worth playing anymore, unfortunately. Maybe in the future, if there's more like banish dino shenanigans going on, but not at the moment. It's just not worth the deck spot. Next thing we have Barrier Statue of the Stormwinds. Now this is what your main goal is in the deck at the moment. Your main goal is to get a Reaperduckus with any monster under it. Turn that monster into a winged beast. Go into some more Bird of Sovereignty. Keep in mind, Samorg Bird of Sovereignty can't be targeted. And during the end phase, you can use Samorg's effect to special summon one winged beast monster from your hand or deck with a level equal to or lower than the total number of unused spell or traps on the field. So, Barrier Statue is a winged beast. Look at that! So we summon winged beast after we've gone full combo. Usually the full combo ends on Dolka, Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, Samorg, and a barrier statue. That's the basic 2-card combo. If you don't open up Lost World or anything like that, that's the basic 2-card combo. It's virtually hand trap proof. So yeah, and your opponent can't really, no deck right now can play through barrier statue up. They either have to normal summon a monster, run over it, or if they what was oh yeah, Shadal player summoned the crappy Wind Shadal on me and was able to out this. But that's about it. You don't see really Wind Witches being played, you don't see Harpies being played, if at all. So this is definitely like one of the best ways to stop anything in the meta at the moment. Even trap decks like Altergeist, like those decks rely on special summoning their multi-picker. A lot of times you might open up the barrier statue in your hand. If you just normal summon it, decks have a hard time getting around it. Like a barrier statue is a hard thing to get around, especially if you get the right attribute that counters most of the meta. Another thing we have is 3 survivals in. Ho ho ho. This card. Okay, this card, uh, if y'all haven't seen it before, here's the text. I'll read it to you. Destroy as many normal monsters on the field as possible. And if you do, special summon level 4 or lower dinosaur type monsters from your deck up to the number destroyed, but destroy them during the end phase. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one dinosaur type monster you control and one card your opponent controls. Destroy them. Important fact about this card. It is missing a key phrase that most modern Yu-Gi-Oh cards have. A key phrase. Can any of you point out this key phrase that most Yu-Gi-Oh cards have that this one for some reason does not? That's right, not once per turn on any of these effects. You can use as many as these as you want during a turn and as many grave effects of them as you want during a turn. A lot of times this combos well with Lost World, but another thing is if they're playing something such as Adamancipator, which is this is mainly for, that and Eldlik. Eldlik, all the traps are normal monsters as well, so this one pops them. And then you also, so for Adamancipator, Unexpected Die is a popular card right now. And if they Unexpected Die a normal monster like a beta or that 1900 tuner thing, rock. No, it's not a tuner. I don't know if it's a tuner or not, but it's a 1900 rock, the normal monster. Well, Survival Zen can just pop that thing. They're like, well, what do I do? I'm like, I don't know. What do you do? So that's another thing. It can pop Link Cross tokens. It can also pop your Lost World tokens. Keep in mind, says destroy as many normal monsters on the field as possible. That means that if you have at least like 2 tokens from Lost World, or they have 2 tokens from Link Cross and you have Lost World up, you can pop 2 cards from your deck utilizing Lost World. Now, another thing is the infinite impermanence. These are all the hand traps I have. So I got 2 Nibiru, 3 Ash, 3 Imperm. Fairly standard. Most powerful traps in the game at the moment, in my opinion. That's it for the main deck. Off to the side deck, you got Nibiru, Overtex, 2 Token Collectors, great card. Combos well with Lost World. 3 Cosmic Cyclone, 2 Dark Hole, 2 Mystic Mine, 3 evenly matched, red reboot, extra deck. So the side deck, Dark Hole is a little spicy. You can use it combo it with the Lost World tokens. If you have a baby, normal summon the baby, Dark World, you have basically combo. Another thing we have for the extra deck, we have 2 Dolka, 1 Tornado Dragon, 3 Linkuriboh, 2 Pentasag, 3 Reapadocus, Secure Gardna, like I was saying with the Linkuriboh and Double Evolution fill play. Some more Bird of Sovereignty to round out the extra deck. So, as I said, I would go over the combo, and I'm not a lion man. Well, maybe I am sometimes, but not usually. So, the combo is this. Let me, yes, save. Hold on 1 second. Let me go into solo mode and just show you real quick. It's fairly simple. Hopefully we draw it. And we did draw it. So I'm not even going to use extravagance here because I don't want to mess up that shit. There's an off chance we could banish like 3 birds or anything like that. Don't want that to happen for the video. So these cards are just extra cards that we had in our hand, okay? So any amount like Overraptor, Miscellaneousaurus, Animadorn, and a baby is full combo. So we go for this, we go Soul Eating Overraptor, activate effect, add Miscellaneousaurus, activate Miscellaneousaurus. This is the key part of the combo on this Miscellaneousaurus effect for 1, where if you're playing against Dino, this is definitely where you want to Ash. The best spot to Ash right here. If they don't Ash though, you get out Animadorned Archosaur, Animadorned effect, Pop Baby, Search a Pill. Where is it? There it is. Oh yeah, we discarded 1 too. So Baby effect will special summon, in this case, another baby. Overraptor effect, target the baby. Special summon the baby from grave. Baby effect in grave. Special summon Giant Rex. So, I don't know if you've noticed, but all this has been Nibiru proof from the start. Okay? I believe that is our 5th summon, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that is our 5th summon. So, this will be our 6th summon. And what a lot of people do, so they'll see a Linkuriboh, they're like, oh snap, that's a non-dino. We'll Nibiru it. Say they Nibiru it. Okay. That's fine. They give us a token. Say this token is their Nibiru. They give me a token, right? You're fine. You're literally fine. You link off whatever monster. If they don't Nibiru, link off the Linkuriboh and go into Reaperdocus, another dino. Now, we activate Double Evolution Fill, banishing the Giant Rex and the Linkuriboh, special summoning Ultimate Conductor Tyranno in defense position to protect against lightning storms. It's important to put Ultimate Conductor Tyranno here for Pentastag, so if they somehow survive or don't just like admit defeat or quit on you after this combo, you'll have Pentastag and you can make it over it in order for it to do piercing. So after that double Evo pill, your Giant Rex would come back. Then you would overlay Giant Rex and Overraptor for Dolka and put it in defense once again for the the off chance they have Lightning Storm in the main game 1. Excuse me. So now we'll use Reproductus effect for Wing Beast. Make this Baby Ceratosaurus Wing Beast. Link off for 3 into Some more Bird of Sovereignty. Then, in phase, we activate some more Bird of Sovereignty to special summon a winged beast from our deck, equal or less than whose level is equal to or less than the number of unused spell or trap zones on the field, which should be like all of them are unused unless you open like a survival zone or an imperm or anything like that, and you have one set, which don't matter because this is the level 4. Then you end turn. Now, what can they do? Okay. Well, so this token is a Nibiru, right? So they Nibiru'd you. They're going to get over your barrier statue, unfortunately. In this situation, you could flip it face down, but they can just flip it right back up. If you did not get Nibiru'd, however, they have an empty board. One thing that they will try to always do, they'll normal summon a monster. You say, okay, that's fine. They will try to go into battle phase. You say, in the main phase, UCT effect. Usually, I like to pop Samoric because Samoric unfortunately has this clause, cannot be used as link material. This frees up your extra monster zone so you can freely make a Pentastag right here or anything. After that, they're usually done with the turn because right now a lot of the decks, if it's Adamancipator or something like that, they rely on special summoning their monsters in order to keep their grind game going, basically. But they can't special summon any of them. Like the Adamancipators, nobody plays the Win-Win, I don't believe. If there is even is a Win-Win. I think there is. But literally can't do anything with the barrier statue up. And that's the full combo. I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry if it was a little long-winded or I broke up into multiple like little transitions and everything. This is my first video. Hope you all enjoy it. And I will see you next time.